Welcome back to another episode of Live 98. Here we are, episode 21, a new day. And Lou Ellen and the rest of the family, he's brought his counselor on. Lou has gotten a job as a king in a castle in Edinburgh, Scotland. And he will be leaving the show. And in fact, he has gotten me a job as his personal assistant. So this will be our last episode with David James as your host, Lou and Llewellyn as co-hosts. And we want to thank you for watching Live 98, the Exeter Zone, which then became the Creation Zone. And you will be seeing, though, many more shows on Channel 98. We will take the time to create shows and bring them to you. And today we're going to show you clips of two shows that are already ongoing, Poetry with Matt and You Are Amazing with Ed Doris. We have the History Minutes going. Ways you can contact us to look at our schedule are www.accesstv98.org. You can email us at live98tez@gmail.com. You can Twitter us at Exeter Live 98. So let's kick it off with another show, and before we move on to the next episode, I wanted to thank Lou and Llewellyn and Diogi personally for coming on the show and being with us. I appreciate all you've done, especially the counseling you did, Diogi, to bring Lou and Llewellyn back together. So moving over to the corner where we do our computer monitoring and we show you the video clips. Let's start with our video clip. This is a good one I took last night at Serenity Cafe in Rye. They had a poetry open mic night with a special poet reading, the poet laureate of Portsmouth, I believe, at some point. Anyhow, we took a piece of that clip showing Matt Gillis doing his poetry, and let's cut to that clip right now.
Hi folks, Matthew Gillis. This little book I began. I'm going to read a couple from it. First one is called Those Three Words. I should have known before it happened, but denial is more powerful than certainty. And when the pressure became too much in class, I called from a payphone in the foyer. The receptionist put me on hold. My appointment was for Friday to get the test results, but it was Tuesday and I knew they were in. The doctor came on the line around 11 a.m. Give me some good news, Doc. I usually like to do these things in person. I know, but I can't wait. Well, there's no easy way to say this. I blacked out for a moment, then hung up the phone and walked down the hall in the direction of class. But I walked past the classroom and saw the overheads beaming down on students now spilling out of open doors. But there was no sound. I could see mouths moving and papers shuffling, but it was as if someone had pressed mute on a television. And those three words echoed in my head as I fell to the floor. I have cancer. It was a few years ago. I mean, it's all good, don't worry. This next one is called Justa Sestina. I fell into a burning ring of fire. With no way out, it seemed save death. Predestined early to make peace and arrangements made with those I love. Not without the feeling of remorse did then come a bittersweet reward. But with that bittersweet and wrong reward, a passion burned despite the smoldering fire. The faded memory of fresh remorse meets swiftly through the night with death. Both knowing mortal hurt of lost love, we resolved to disarm and make peace. You held your arms out in sign of peace, and I, quickly to accept a most glorious reward, felt both in and out and back again in love, with never feeling need to fuel the fire, never having to explain my perfect death, and never to again feel cold remorse. Now a cold drink on a warm day I will always love, leaving money as my means to make remorse. Still clearly hot, it's hard to stop atop the fire when nearly warned about the threats of peace. Now war is so devastating with no obvious reward, save the promise of so many young deaths. Naivete and purity suffer an untimely death, while what is left in its place cannot be love. How can someone see an insignificant reward? The first and last reward is our swift death. Stoke the dying fire to ignite our burning love. Just know remorse will cost us both our peace. Next one, wordplay. This one's kind of fun. If I can say it without stumbling. Wordplay. The past, a vast mystery at last, a day away from death's decay, when what has come to pass I'm left to stay in saddest maths. And what is heard from flightless bird is what we see from tree to tree, when spoken word from you to me has left us grieving truth disturbed. Regrets are many any season, changing when we find a reason. Maim the play to seize the treason in my eyes before I die. Pour the gas atop the fire, ignite a blast, the demon's choir sings to dash my hopes for higher, my dreams I need, find a buyer. When all is lost and hope is gone, I find some way to carry on. In vain I strain, my brain drains to change, but find the same. I miss you, I want to scream your name and bleed this poet's dream. Depraved of hope, in need of love, things are just not what they seem. Last one we're going to do, in that moment. This brilliant ball of fire descending from a crimson heaven, in a likeness of its splendor mirrored on what was once an endless bed of deep blue possibilities. The sweet melody of songbirds, it harmonized the gentle breeze, while all the while the reeds would whistle and entice the clouds to dance. And each cloud itself would slowly speak in monotone, the low and deep, one silent, solemn word of wisdom as they danced across the crystal sky. And at that moment, hope flew by, followed next by honesty, unity at its side. Then the most powerful of all came near, hovering beneath her wing, transparent still behind her mask, true beauty through me to my feet to ask, could I be the one to comprehend the depths to which severity could stretch beyond entirety? And I stood wide-eyed, as was she, hand in hand in love's embrace. Divine, I brushed my hand across her face, and then it happened. I pulled her close to taste her smile, and with that, flesh on flesh, my soul escaped inside her chest, our hearts entwined, combined and blessed. The empty space inside my mind was filled at last, one last time. That passing breeze, now gone for good, had left one final word. Thank you.
Here we are back again at Live 98, and Llewellyn, Diogi, and the little monkey have agreed to help us at Sound and Lights today because Brian wasn't able to be with us here today. So I want to thank you, Lou and Llewellyn, Diogi, and Monkey for, helping out where you can. I really appreciate that. So back in the corner, here we are. Let's go to the computer monitor. Is the computer monitor available, Mr. Director? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, well, let's start with, reading glasses. And I'm reading a quote that says, it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Let's go across the board and show people, what do we have here? Once again, the Town of Exeter website where you can find us. Yep, go to the home page. You can find public access television from the home page of the Town of Exeter. On the right, Exeter TV, PEG. Click on that link. That will bring you to, go to the bottom of the page, and you can find our schedule right there at the very bottom, Exeter Access TV 98. And there's our schedule coming up. We did record poetry last night at Serenity Cafe in Rye with some Exeter poets. And people asked me when will they be able to see it, and I just gave them the web address of accesstv98.org and told them to go there. And you as well, go there when you want to look for the shows that you're trying to see. Poetry with Matt, you are amazing. We do replay Live 98 episodes there. So thank you very much. What else do we have? Back at the computer monitor, we have the schedule. On YouTube, we have uploaded all our Live 98 episodes, all 21 of them, except for the lost episode 7, which we will never see. You go to Live 98, LIVENINETYEIGHT on YouTube, and there we are. One happy family last show. Today's a new day. Lou's found success. David James has found success. They're secure in Edinburgh, and they've been given a castle. I don't know how Lou does this, but he's quite a character. So anyway, there are all the episodes. We've had a lot of fun. And in fact, we have a bit of time here. I wanted to take you back through a little recap of some of the stuff we did with virtual sets on the couch and just moving stuff around because we have time. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to move camera 3, point it toward the blue screen, bring the couch and the rug out, and just to show people more virtual activity. So here we go. And this is asking Doug to wing it. Whoa! And isn't that interesting? The monitor on this TV. There we go. Okay. So if you bring up a virtual background, let's say of anything you want. You can bring up the shooting star. We're going to use that at the end. You can bring up the Irish Cliffs. I'm going to move out the chair. And once again, we're going to show you. There we go. It's missing a little bit there. We show you once again what it looks like. There I am in the ocean. I suppose if I were to, it's coming back in. So get rid of that. That's the blue blanket. Once I'm in the ocean, I can dive right in. And that's what fun you can have with public access television in Exeter. Come on down, be creative, make a show, have fun. We will teach you. And so let's watch this interesting piece. I'm going to push the couch and rug out there while the ocean is flowing. And we're just really trying to show you stuff that you don't see elsewhere. Yes, this is true. You can't see this anywhere on TV. Probably on YouTube. Ah, yes. And then the camera. Whoa, look at that. Check those pants out, huh? Whoa, baby. I'm swimming. Ah, I can't get out of the water. Nice, nice, Doug. In fact, we could jump right in on this one probably. Whoa. Coming back into the ocean. I wish it wouldn't. Anyway, there's a lot of fun we can have here. We have a program, Video Blocks, which we subscribe to. We can download all these videos. We have audio. And someone who wants to be creative? Yes, Mr. Director. Oh, that's okay. I'm just having fun here. This is kind of cute. So what's that look like? Do I look headless? And very loud? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay. And I'm bottomless. Okay. Back to jumping right in. We are going to cut to, we did poetry with Matt. Now we're going to cut to Ed Doris's very short clip, episode 2. He's interviewing Tracy Miller of the Food and Health Forum. And his episode plays Sundays at 10 a.m. This next Sunday it will be episode 3. He's interviewing Luke Gullick, I believe is his last name. However, you can find the other episodes rebroadcast at different times, and that's why we keep saying go to www.accesstv98.org to see the schedule. So,
you want to feed yourself good foods and nutritious and delicious foods, there are a lot of options, and Tracy's going to help us with that. So let's have Tracy Miller come out.
Hi, Ed.
Hello, Tracy. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Fabulous.
Have you? Yes. Thank you for sitting there and listening to my diatribe. I get a little excited about this stuff,
No, I'm
as you know.
passionate. Yep.
Yep. So thank you.
Once you've been,
for coming.
that seed has been planted, it's very exciting. So
It is, isn't
once
it?
you know the power of food.
Yeah. And again, welcome to you, and you're an amazing woman. You really are. You're an amazing woman. Really amazing.
4, 3.
hello there again. Welcome back to the Computer Corner, where we show you web pages of interest in the town of Exeter. So cutting to the computer monitor, we have Exeter Public Library, exeterpl.org, where you can go and find out about the events going on there. We have the Exeter Historical Society, open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 12, and Tuesdays and Thursdays 2 to 4:30, and Saturday 9:30 to 12. They create the Exeter Historical History Minutes that we show you, and we're going to show you one today. And Water Street Bookstore is always having events. We've recorded another event from there. I believe we did get Ben Killam, the bear expert. These videos need to be edited, rendered, and brought to the studio, and then we'll be showing you those on Channel 98. And once again, Water Street Books has an event calendar. You're welcome to go to any of these events. They're open to the public. They are very interesting. We also have a video, the full video of John Mayer sharing personal intelligence. And I'm getting a call from probably Doug in the back room. Hello, how may I help you? There's no one there. Huh. Oh well. I really thought maybe someone was calling in, this being our last live show. Okay, where are we? Yes, Water Street Books. Continuing on with events in Exeter that you can go to. We have the Town Hall Exeter Arts Committee. Youth Art Month started last weekend. That's Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 4. I went up and looked at that exhibit. Great art by the kids in Exeter. Seacoast Artist Association down the street near Swayze Parkway. They're constantly having new exhibits. They're in the middle of one called The Wild Ones, and interestingly enough, the next one is going to be called The Tame Ones. And can you guess why one is wild and one is tame? One began in the beginning of March, and one is at the end of March. And as you know, and as we know, March comes in like a lion, and right now it's holding on to us 5 degrees or colder this morning. So it's going to have to really start changing quickly to leave like a lamb. So anyway, Seacoast Artists Association, the exhibit, The Tame Ones. What's after that? Take a closer look. Only in Your Dreams, Surf's Up, and on and on. And of course, Phillips Exeter Academy, they have a website, events open to the public there. What's this? Yes, they have a new art exhibit called A Whole New Game. How are sports and games interpreted by contemporary artists? And the artists include Michael Ivins, the official photographer of the Boston Red Sox. That will be at the Lamont Art Gallery on the corner of Front and Tan Streets, starting March 24th, this next Monday. What else do we have? That's that. Put on my glasses. That's where I got the clip from for the background for the virtual set of Inside the Castle where Lou is. And not sure what that is. Oh, that's our video blocks where we get the videos that we show you. And there are thousands and thousands and thousands of videos to select from. So when you watch TV now and you're looking at scenes and sets, you'll be able to see where there's been a virtual set created, because there'll be a little differentiation between the people in front of the set and what's in back of them. We do it here with our blue curtain. You can do it on a green curtain. In fact, you can do it on any color curtain, because you choose which colors to take out of the picture, out of the mix. Let's cut to, can we go back to the ocean virtual background? I know I'm working you, Doug. I'm working you, your last show. Access TV 98, there it is. Okay, and we're going to cut to History Minute. We're going to cut to History Minute. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Barbara Rimkunis, and this is your Exeter History Minute. When Phineas Merrill created his map of Exeter in 1802, he was careful to label all the buildings and residents in town. Although the Exeter Historical Society is familiar with most of the people he named, one man stumped our research for many years: the mysterious Dr. Winship of Water Street. According to the map, he lived in the house that stood across from the current entrance to Swayze Parkway, but he isn't listed in the U.S. Census of 1800 or 1810. Charles Bell's History of Exeter doesn't mention him as one of the early physicians in the town, and deed research indicates that Dr. Winship never actually owned the house. It belonged to Widow Stacy. Well, so what? Why would anyone care about a guy who rented a house in town over 200 years ago? We never had a genealogist come looking for him, and we didn't even know the man's first name. In the spring of 2005, the Historical Society hired Laura Martin as our new program manager, and she brought with her an almost unnatural interest in Dr. Winship. She quickly discovered, as we had, that there seemed to be no clues. He was just a name on a map. One day, while poking through an old newspaper, I happened on a column called Rockingham's Rambles, which was excerpting the diary of Solon Stevens. Most of it was pretty dull, except March 28, 1804, attended the funeral of my old landlady, Mrs. Winship, who died suddenly in a fit Monday night. Winship, where had I heard that name before? I mentioned the entry to Laura, and it wasn't long before we'd found Mrs. Elizabeth Winship lying peacefully in the old Exeter Cemetery on Winter Street. She was the daughter of Ephraim May of Boston. A quick search of Massachusetts records provided us with her marriage to Dr. Amos Winship in Roxbury in 1784. And Amos Winship turned out to be quite a guy. Variously described as a thief, fraudster, and attempted bigamist, he also served as a surgeon with the American forces during the Revolution at the Battle of Breed's Hill, or Bunker Hill if you're lost in Boston. George Washington even mentions him in a letter to John Hancock, so he was respected by the Americans. He was also admired by the British, because in 1791 he arranged to have the remains of Major John Pitcairn returned to England for internment in the family plot. Pitcairn had fallen during the Battle of Breed's Hill and died shortly thereafter. His grateful family believed that Winship had done them a gracious favor. But there are a number of gaping holes in the story of this respectable war veteran. In Boston's Old North Church lies the crypt of Major John Pitcairn. It seems that Amos Winship had failed to send the correct body, and Bostonians still believe that Pitcairn is in the church basement. There's even a marker on the crypt saying as much. And Winship's family life is a genealogical nightmare. Along with Elizabeth May, he seems to have had overlapping wives at various times, two who appear to have been sisters. This might explain why Elizabeth's grave marker reads, "erected by her children" in 1809. We can guess he arrived in Exeter sometime around 1802 and left before the 1810 census. But what would have brought this colorful character here? In combing through the available records, we were able to locate 2 students attending Phillips Exeter Academy during Winship's short stay in town, John Craveth May Winship and Lettsome Winship. Perhaps, like so many other families, the Winships have moved to town to take advantage of the education offered by Phillips Exeter Academy. Or maybe Winship was avoiding the anger of 2 other wives. We may never know. After Elizabeth's death, he married again and moved to Roxbury, where he died in 1813, a remarkable and still somewhat mysterious man who brought his story to Exeter simply by living on Water Street when the map maker came through. For more history of the town of Exeter, New Hampshire, visit our website at www.exeterhistory.org.
So, hi there. Just want to say thank you to all the viewers who have been tuning in, watching it on YouTube. Hi to my grandchildren, to my wife. Thank you for letting me bring Lou into the studio. Thank you to everyone. And once again, continue to watch for new and creative and innovative programming here. We will no longer be doing this show live. However, you will start seeing much more creative, interesting things coming up. They'll just be a little more less like this, where I'm stuttering and mumbling and trying to figure out what to say next. Okay.
Training quote of the day.
Yeah, I guess we're there. We're there. I want to thank Brian for helping us on the show. I want to thank Doug for helping. He has encouraged me all along the way, kept me going through 20 episodes, through episode 21. It's a new day, and let's see if our brainy quote of the day is in tune with us. So, I'm going to pick the random letter of the day. What I don't like about this web page is all the ads that keep flying in, but nothing I can really do about that at this point. So I'm going to pick the letter J, and I'm going to pick, I don't know. Okay, I was going to pick this one. I'd like to pick a lot of these. So we'll start with this one. I know we have limited time, 2 minutes. Think 100 times. That's excellent before you take a decision. But once that decision is taken, stand by it as one man. My problem is, though, I think and 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 sometimes never make a decision. So, of course, I only thought 20 times there. He's saying think 100 times. I'm not going to do that for you now. I'm going to give you a last letter, Doug, in the back room. What letter would you like?
Go with D.
P.
D.
B.
D.
D. Well, that's the one I thought. D for Doug, J for Jim or James, as in David James. Okay, D. Can you see the authors in front of you?
Walt Disney.
Oh, excellent. Awesome. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. That is excellent. I agree with that. It's courage. There's the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can after you think 100 times before making your decision, and then the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah. Okay, that was our brainy quote from Doug and David James. And on to word of the day, Epicurean. That would pretty much sum up Lou, devoted to the pursuit of sensual pleasure, particularly the enjoyment of gourmet food. Can you cut to Lou for a moment? Up? Yeah. Lou, that's for you, Epicurean. Okay, that's you. And there's a final quote of the day here. Winners never quit and quitters never win. However, I had already looked at that one. I want something random I've never seen before, so I'm going to just scroll down quickly because they have many more. There it is. Man never made any material as resilient as the human spirit. Awesome. For those of you who are are having a hard time today, think of that quote, your human spirit is resilient. And I also want to mention, we started the show, I didn't mention it at the beginning, with green, the Irish flag. This show is the day after St. Patrick's Day, so in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we showed you the green, the Irish flag, and the Irish cliffs I don't know if they're Irish cliffs, they're cliffs. I like that. That could be the music that takes us out of here. I think we're done. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Andy Swanson, Channel 22. Thank you, Max and David. Thank you, Brian. And I think the music you're going to hear at the end is Brian singing, which is awesome music he created. I hate to leave, but I'm sure you'll see me around the block. So take care. Bye-bye.